what is up, everybody? Welcome to it's the NFL guys, week 4 NFL picks, and should be a very good week. Some more good games. So I'm gonna check in with my friend Jimmy Babaganoush's mother, Maurice Babaganoush. She's having a rough year in fantasy football. Um, how are you doing on your fantasy football this year? I think you haven't won yet. I'm like, how's everything going?
Life could be worse. No, not really. This is the worst.
Yeah, it is. I don't think you've won a fantasy football game yet, so I feel bad. Hopefully, Maurice Babaganoush can finally win her first fantasy football game this week. And yeah, let's get this ball rolling.
Ah, boy, here we go.
All right, so let's start off with the first game, which we have the Thursday night Amazon Prime game. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's my upset pick of the week. Oh boy, and yeah, it's the Bengals and the Dolphins on Thursday night, and I'm picking the Bengals to defeat the Dolphins. Am I out of my mind? I mean, I don't think so. It could be the Dolphins undefeated. I just decided to pick the Bengals because I don't know if Tua's gonna play on Thursday night. He was questionable this morning, so I'm just kind of like, who could step in? Who's gonna step up? I think the backup is who's the backup for the I don't have my phone here. I don't know where my phone went. Oh, my phone's over there. I think it's Teddy Bridgewater. Is it Teddy Bridgewater? Yes, Teddy Bridgewater is the backup for Tua, so it could be his time to shine in Miami. But I just feel like if Tua doesn't play, I just feel like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon could have a really big game. I think this could be the Dolphins' first loss. So I just have this funny feeling that with the uncertainty of Tua, I think the Bengals are going to pull this off. And get ready, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first London game for this year. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you better get up bright and early. This game kicks off, I think, at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. Yep, that's going to be me Sunday morning, waking up super early to get ready for the Vikings and Saints game. And is Dalvin Cook going to play? That's the big question. I know, like, on fantasy football on ESPN, everybody was like, on there was like, pick up Madison right now because the uncertainty of Dalvin Cook is definitely unknown. I saw some people say it looks like he's going to play. I am going to pick the Vikings over the Saints. Same thing with Jameis Winston. I think he got the okay that he's going to play Sunday, but Michael Thomas is questionable. I don't know if Alvin Kamara is going to be 100% in play. I don't know. Justin Jefferson even had a questionable tag this morning. So, man, this could be a really low score game. So, maybe other players will have a really good fantasy week. Maybe it'll be Irv Smith. Maybe it'll be Adam Thielen. Who knows? But I think the Vikings are going to pull this game out. Next, we have the Lions and the Seahawks. I'm taking the Lions over the Seahawks. This is at Detroit. I'm even there's a lot of players that have a questionable tag going into week 4. I know Amon St. Brown had a questionable tag this morning, so I don't know if it's questionable. I could see DJ Chark maybe having a really good game for the Lions. It could. I don't know. It Seahawks could easily come in Detroit and win big. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett could have a big game. I came to the conclusion, and I'm hoping I did the right thing. I dropped Rashad Penny for Khalil Herbert. I hope that was a smart move. Watch like Rashad Penny start get going or something. I don't know. I just feel like with the uncertainty of David Montgomery, with him being out maybe 2 weeks, maybe him being out 2 months with his knee and ankle injury. I don't know. So I think the last 3 weeks, Rashad Penny really hasn't done anything. So maybe it's taken a while for him to heat up. But if I'm sure somebody's going to pick him up, obviously. So I'm okay with it because I'm sure I can find another decent running back out there, do a trade. I'm okay because I don't even think he was my starter here. Rashad Penny was more of my flex player. So because I think on that team I have James Conner and Derrick Henry, so I should be okay. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna pick the Lions. I think Jared Goff has a bounce back, good fantasy week. If Amon St. Brown plays, I think he's gonna have a good game. DeAndre Swift even has a questionable tag, so I picked up Jamal Williams in a couple leagues. I know I've already had him because Jamal Williams is playing pretty good this year. So if Amon, or excuse me, not Amon, but if DeAndre Swift doesn't play, Jamal Williams is going to start. So if you can get Jamal Williams right now, go out and get Jamal Williams. I think even if DeAndre Swift is playing, I think, starting both of those guys is very, very smart, even if you have one of them at the flex. I'm going to take the Steelers over the Jets. Zach Wilson's coming back. Maybe I should have picked the Jets. I don't know. Trubisky, he's got to get going. I'm thinking like if Trubisky does not have a good game this week, then there's some serious problems because it's the Jets. The Jets aren't good. The Jets haven't been good in so long. But they're slowly getting there. They're slowly getting there like the Lions because I feel like the Lions has a great offense. But the Jets is slowly, slowly getting there with Brees Hall, with Michael Carter, with Garrett Wilson. Corey Davis is solid. So I feel like the Jets is slowly, slowly getting there. But I just feel like it's going to be too much Steelers. I think it's going to be too much Najee Harris. I think he's going to have a really good fantasy game. So yeah, I'm taking the Steelers over the Jets. Now, this game,
I have a bad feeling about this.
exactly. This one is the Giants and the Bears. And I was like, oh, God, I really, 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 really want to pick my Bears in this matchup. And the way that things going with Daniel Jones. But I just have this funny, funny feeling that my Bears are going to have a hell of a time trying to stop Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to have a really big game. I don't know about the passing game but I think somehow the running game beats my Bears. Even the Bears defense is decent. I seen a couple of people pick up the Bears defense this week, and I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I'm okay if I lose this pick. I don't get this pick right, but I just have this funny feeling like Saquon Barkley is going to go off. Colts fans, don't get too excited. You're not going to win again this week. I think that was a fluke last week with the Chiefs. The Chiefs had a bad game. I don't see them beating the Titans. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a monster game. We've got two of the elite running backs in the NFL right now with Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor. I know Jonathan Taylor is a little bit banged up. I don't think it's serious. I think he's going to go. So, but yeah, I don't know about the passing game for the Titans, even for the Colts. I think this is going to be a very ground game. So I think Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor will both have really good fantasy weeks. I'm not talking like 30, 32 points. I think Derrick Henry could be in like the 17 to 23 range. It's same thing with like Jonathan Taylor. I could even see maybe Jonathan Taylor maybe getting like in the 25 to 30 range if he goes off, because the Titans doesn't have a really good defense. But I just feel like it's going to be too much Derrick Henry for the Colts. Like I said, last week's win was a huge fluke. Like that was like probably the shocker of week 3. It was the Colts beating the Chiefs. But yeah, not this week, Colts. Titans over the Colts. The uncertainty of Justin Herbert, but when I was looking at my lineups this morning and looking at the players who I got off the waiver wire, I didn't see a questionable tag for Justin Herbert. I did still see a questionable tag for Keenan Allen. That's a big question. So it seems like Justin Herbert's going to play, and yeah, if he's like 100%, even if he's like 60%, I think this is going to be a big blowout. I think Austin Eckler is going to have a huge game. I think Michael Williams is going to go off. I think Justin Herbert could be in the 29, 30 range on fantasy football points. So yeah, if you have Justin Herbert on your team, you are starting Justin Herbert 100%. You're not giving a second of thought like, should I start Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers instead of Herbert? No, you're starting Herbert. Herbert will definitely go off on the Texans. That's definitely mark my words on that one. Next, well, if I said, obviously, I'm taking the Chargers over the Texans. This one was a tough one. This was probably the toughest matchup trying to pick, the Falcons and the Browns. But I'm going with the Falcons over the Browns. I think Cordell Patterson, Drake London is going to have a really good game. Amari Cooper could have a really good game. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a very low score game. There's not going to be a lot of scoring in this game. But yeah, I like Cordell Patterson to having a good game in Drake London. I think the Falcons is going to win this game. Next, well, we've got the...
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, we got the Cowboys and the Commanders. Yeah, Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is going to be 3-0 as the starter. They're going to beat Washington. I might start Ezekiel Elliott this week. I benched him last week. He had 13 fantasy points, but it's Washington. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. I'm starting CeeDee Lamb. Depending who I have my receivers, because I think the same team I have CeeDee Lamb on, I have Stephon Diggs, and I have Jamar Chase, I think. So, my cat's looking really weird, and I'm like, don't know what's going on. Okay, Sorry, freaking me out real quick. So anyway, where I was saying, yeah, I think CD Lamb. Oh my gosh, what is my cat doing? Sorry, I'm getting so flustered with my cat. CD Lamb and sorry, Cooper Rush. I think Cooper Rush is going to have a good game. I think Cooper Rush is 3-0. Now I was talking to some Cowboys fan that was on TikTok playing Madden last night, and I said, "Is there a quarterback controversy in Dallas?" He's like, "No, there is no quarterback controversy." Okay, okay. Let's see. Cooper Rush could be 3-0 as a starter, and he will be 3-0. What happens? What happened? I even said something too. I said, "What happens if Dak Prescott goes 0-4?" Let's just say hyper. Let's just throw that out there. What if? What if? I don't have the schedule here offhand, but what if Dallas drops this game? You know, or I mean, comes back, or he's supposed to come back next week. There's all the rumors, so he's going to be coming back to the Rams, which that's not an easy game. But what happens if Dak Prescott goes 0-4? Do you keep Dak in there, or do you go back to Cooper Rush? Big question marks. But anyway, going back to this game, yeah, I think CD Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a really good game. Michael Gallup, sounds like he's going to be returning for this game. So I don't know. I might end up pick up Michael Gallup once Dak comes back. So I don't know. Depending, let's see what Jahan Dotson does this year or for this week and next week for the Commanders. And if he doesn't do anything, maybe I'll pick up Michael Gallup. We'll see. But yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys over the Commanders. I got the Eagles over the Jags. That's no question. I don't. I almost was thinking this could be my upset pick of the week. I was kind of thinking about it. But with Christian Kirk playing good, James Robinson's playing good, Trevor Lawrence is playing good, I still feel like this could be a close game. This could be an overtime game. But yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is just on another planet. Like, I don't know if anybody's seen that coming. Jalen Hurts playing as well as he is right now, and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith is going. Well, the running game with Miles Sanders isn't really going right now, but I can feel like Miles Sanders could have his first big fantasy football week. So I'm taking the Eagles over the Jaguars. The next matchup we have the Bills and the Ravens, and let me tell you, man, after that week last week. Boy, a lot of Buffalo bands were like,
"This really pisses me off."
Exactly. That game pissed off a lot of people last week. So, but it's the Ravens though. I was almost thinking about this being my game of the week. Two quarterbacks going at it. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Stephon Diggs. I like Rashad Bateman, Devin Duvernay. I don't know if I really like J.K. Dobbins. I was thinking about picking him up, but I'm not. If you have J.K. Dobbins, you are not starting J.K. Dobbins against Buffalo's defense. I'm not even starting Rashad Bateman or Devin Duvernay against the Buffalo's defense. So, but I'm probably going to be starting some of my Cowboys. Obviously, I'm starting Josh Allen. Obviously, if Stephon Diggs is the questionable tag goes off, I'm starting him. I'm probably starting Dawson Knox, but I did pick up God, what's his name? I picked up the Tyler Conklin from the Jets, and I dropped Hunter Henry on one of my teams. So I don't know. I don't know. Dawson Knox might actually have a really good fantasy game, but I think this is going to be a really good game. Like, it was between that one and the uh, the other one that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, this one I almost said it. But yeah, this almost was my game of the week. But I'm picking the Bills of the Ravens. I think the Bills are going to have a bounce back game. Cards and Panthers. I don't see the Panthers beating the Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray's going to have a really good game. I think James Conner, I think his questionable tag's off. Marquise Hollywood Brown, I think he's going to have a really good game. Um, Panthers, I don't know about Baker Mayfield. I don't know. Unless the Cardinals drop a goose egg, I just don't see that happening. We're getting DeAndre Hopkins back in 2 weeks. He's going to be back in 2 weeks. I'm telling you. Like, drop somebody to pick up DeAndre Hopkins. If somehow, in some weird way, that in your fantasy league, D Hops is still in your league, pick up D Hops right now. I would drop Schuster for D Hops. I would drop Bateman, Duvernay. You're definitely dropping Darnell Mooney. You probably say you could drop Allen Robinson. You could probably say even drop maybe like Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, Watson. Like I just feel like once D Hop comes back, I think the Cardinals are going to get rolling big time. Maybe that's why the Cardinals is struggling a little bit right now because D Hops isn't playing. But yeah, the Cards are going to win this game. You can guarantee that. Next we have the Raiders and the Broncos, and man, this is the fart stink matchup of the week. The winless Raiders, the Broncos aren't playing good. Man, I tell you what, if the Raiders lose this game and Derek Carr throws for 3 interceptions, all the fans are going to be talking about Derek Carr like,
Snap your dick off and jam it into your ass.
whoa, 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 Raider fans. Wow, that's being a little bit too extreme at Derek Carr. I don't know. My opinion is I think Derek Carr, the Raiders, I think it's time to part ways. I just don't think Derek Carr is the answer. I know I said this a few weeks ago. I just feel like the Raiders should look to the draft next year. I definitely feel like they're going to. Maybe free agency. I don't know. What do you Raiders fans, if you're listening, what do you think about maybe like Garner Minshew starting for the Raiders? I just I don't know. Anyway, hey, you know what? I'm picking your guys' Las Vegas Raiders this week. I think they're going to get their first win. Russell Wilson is just not doing it this year. But you're still starting. I feel like you could still start Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. Melvin Gordon could be a good flex player. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Like, oh, this game is going to be so interesting. I'm hoping this is a 4 o'clock game because I'm definitely want to pay close attention to this game on NFL Red Zone. I really think this is going to be a stinker of the game, but I think the Raiders is going to get their first win. And I always hate doing this, but for this matchup, but I'm taking the Packers over the Patriots because there is no Marvin Jones, no Mac Jones going this week. So former Bear, former Brown. Didn't he play for the 49ers too? Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer will be getting the start against the Packers. And let me tell you, I might even start Aaron Rodgers this week. I feel like if you have any Packers guys, you're starting Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is going to go off like a hound chasing a fox in the forest. Um, he's gonna go off. He's gonna like speed his way to the end zone. I'm talking like 30 fantasy points. I think Alan Lazard's gonna be in the 15-point range. I can see like finally Aaron Rodgers being up in like the 25, 26-point fantasy range. I might start him this week. I might start him over Tom Brady. So yeah, I think the Packers is going to blow out the Patriots. So next we have, hey, it's the NFL guys game of the week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and and it's also the Sunday night football game. Yep, the Sunday night matchup. We've got the Buccaneers and Chiefs, and thank God Almighty that um, Mike Evans is returning off his suspension. So finally, Tom Brady has a really good receiver to throw to. I want to see Leonard Fournette going off, but I don't think the Chiefs' defense is all that great. So anyway, this is going to be like, okay, who's going to bounce back from last week's loss? Is it going to be the Bucks? Is it going to be the Chiefs? I'm taking the Bucks over the Chiefs. I think Tom Brady is just fed up. He's pissed off. His team really has kind of not been super great. But with Mike Evans coming back, I can see the Bucks winning this game. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. But yes, I'm picking the Bucks over the Chiefs. I'm sure Patrick Mahomes is going to have a good game. Is Juju Smith-Schuster finally going to go off in this game? The Buccaneers defense is pretty good. So yeah, I don't know about all that, but I am picking the Bucks over the Chiefs. And next we have the Monday Night Football matchup. Yep, the Monday night matchup. We've got the Rams and the 49ers, and this is going to be a blowout. The Rams is going to annihilate the 49ers. Oh my God. Cooper Kupp. Oh my God. He's going to have like a 30-point game. Cooper Kupp is going to go off like a madman in an asylum. He is good. Oh, light that fuse because that bomb is going off and that bomb is going to be in the end zone. Like he's going to have a good game. Is the running game going to have good game? Is Darrell Henderson going to bounce back? I don't even know if I want to start Darrell Henderson. I kind of want to, but I kind of don't. Is Allen Robinson going to have a good game? I just don't see Jimmy G in this match up at all in just having a good passing game. I think Aaron Donald's going to be down his throat constantly. I just don't see Deebo Samuel, I think Brandon Ayuk is going to have a decent game. I don't know about Deebo, but I just think it's going to be too much Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp, and I might even start Matt Stafford on one of my teams. But anyway, yeah, I'm picking the Rams over the 49ers. Yeah, I don't even think this is going to be close. So anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's my week 4 picks. The Thursday night matchup. The Bengals over the Dolphins is also my upset pick of the week. We have the London game. I'm taking the Vikings over the Saints, Lions over the Seahawks, Steelers over the Jets, Giants over the Bears, Titans over the Colts, Chargers over the Texans, Falcons over the Browns, the Cowboys over the Commanders, Eagles over the Jags, Bills over the Ravens, Cardinals over the Panthers, Raiders get their first win over the Broncos, Packers are going to destroy the Patriots, and the Sunday night game of the week, the Buccaneers over the Chiefs, and the Monday night game, Rams over the 49ers. And for the score this week, I'm going to pick the Vikings to beat the Saints 24-20. And now I'm going to look into my magic crystal ball and pick my 4 players to shine and my 3 bold predictions. So let's look into the magic crystal ball right now. Okay, so my predictions for my four players to shine, and I've got to come within 5 points of their fantasy points that I predict. I got really close with Cole Kmet last week. I only missed it by 9 points. So, um, the quarterback this week, I am going with Cooper Rush. I think Cooper Rush is going to have a really nice fantasy game. I think he's going to have 21 fantasy points. Running back this week, I'm going to go with Jamal Williams. DeAndre Swift doesn't play. I think Jamal Williams is going to have a really good fantasy week with 24 fantasy points. Devontae Smith is going to go off on the Jags. He's going to have like 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards receiving, 27 fantasy points for the week. And for the tight end, I'm going to go with somebody maybe somebody didn't expect for me to pick at my tight end. I think Tyler Conklin for the Jets is going to have an okay fantasy game. I think he's going to have 12 fantasy points. So anyway, my three bold predictions. So this one's a little bit tough this week. So at number 3, I'm predicting Jimmy G will have under 200 yards passing. I think he'll pass for 1 touchdown and he'll have 2 interceptions because that Rams defense is going to be all over Jimmy G like a guy is. Maybe I shouldn't use that reference. Never mind. I'm not even going to say that. But anyway, yeah. Number 2, I am predicting Devontae Adams is going to have 150 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. But yeah, I like the Raiders in this game. The Broncos is just not playing good. So if Devontae Adams is going to go off in a game, it's going to be this matchup. And then my number 1 bold prediction, tally hoes, young sir. We are going to London. I'm picking Kirk Cousins to pass for 225 yards plus 225 more yards or 225 yards or more and 2 touchdowns. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hoping that I made the right picks. There was one time last year where I did my NFL picks and I went 15-1 for the week. I missed a pick by 1 game. I was so mad. I almost went undefeated in my picks. So yeah, let's just see if I'm right with the Raiders getting their first win, the Packers getting a blowout over the Patriots, the Rams blowing out the 49ers. Like I said, I think Cooper Rush is going to have a really good game. So anyway, yep, that's it. That does it. So it's Wednesday, so we're on the eve of Thursday night football, and so anyway, hopefully everybody has a great evening. Good luck to your team tomorrow. If you're a Dolphins or Bengals fan, good luck to your team on Sunday or Monday, and hopefully everybody has a great fantasy week. And yeah, I will talk to you guys. Talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up on that video. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.
That's all, folks.